And Mr. Freeman,
All right. All right.
our part of our system's down. So if you can't hear something, make sure to let me know that you can't hear something, please. All right. Court does call the case of Barnes and Barnes versus Rosa Bannock.
It's written for the plaintiff, Your Honor. I'm on my way to Metro, so I can't run.
What did he say? Yeah.
So we can't turn his camera on.
Oh, he can't turn his camera on. Okay. Hello. She just wanted to take her time. All right. What's your name? Okay. And Mr. Freeman, what is the claim in this case at this point?
2970, Your Honor.
2970?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I believe told me to, I asked again, if I have a payment plan, and they said yes this time. I have an appointment with Hawk on today.
You have an appointment with Hawk. All right. And who said yeah? The landlord said yes to a payment plan? Did you guys set it all up yet or no? Pardon? Okay. And what's the payment plan? Do you know?
I repeat, I'm caught up,
Gotcha.
but they don't want me to get behind another bill, so.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're going to pay 1,200 every paycheck. You get paid every other week. Is that the deal? Okay. And how much is your monthly rent?
Bye.
So basically you'll be knocking about 1,200 off of the balances. Okay. So that'll take you a couple months. They don't, Mr. Friedman, do you know anything about that or?
That's a new one on me, Your Honor. We usually keep pretty close tabs on these with Jessica, the property manager. So
Okay. I understood none of that. You sounded like the clown at one of those restaurants. I don't. What?
right.
Yeah, I know you're driving. I got you.
I'm not driving. My son is.
Oh, okay. So your client knows about the payment plan?
I don't believe that she's communicated to us. So I guess probably the best thing to do would be to give this a week for us
Yes.
to put it together.
Okay, fantastic. Do you hear that? A week. No, it's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this to October 31st, 2025 at 1 p.m. And they'll be in touch to try to get the paperwork and everything done.
My kids have a well child visit that day. I can't remember if it's like in the morning or in the afternoon, but it's needed for school.
Right.
They do it by noon.
If you send in the paperwork and let us know once you figure out what the timing of it is, I don't see we'll have a problem with it, but especially if everything's all worked together. Okay. I was almost going to say no because they are so cute. I was going to make you bring them back. All right. But I won't do that. You take care. Have a great weekend. They said nothing the whole time until all of a sudden they're about to.
they want to go home.
They want to go home. I need more defendants like that. All right, anyway, Glen Oaks Cooperative versus Kelly Andrews.
Alice Friedman for the plaintiff.
Hello, your name? All right. And how much is now owing on this, Mr. Friedman?
We received a money order for 700 yesterday, so her balance is down to 63.65.
6365. All right. And how are you intending on getting this paid?
I took out money from my, I took out money from my 403, whatever it's called.
Right.
I just, money's landed in my account.
Has?
Yes.
Okay.
Next 4 or 5 days. What I had calculated prior to even knowing that was there already was $5,000 by Friday the 31st.
Okay.
It's there. I miscalculated because when the paperwork originally was filed, the problem was still September.
Yep.
and October got here. So I'm gonna need until the end of November to catch up with November and
Okay, let's work it through step by step. So you think you can get 5,000 in by the 31st?
yes.
And you already paid 7, so that'd be 57 of that 63 or 64, basically.
Okay, I agree with you with my pen and paper and information's in the car.
It's okay. It's okay. So what I want you to do, can you get that paid early in the day on the 31st?
Okay, let me get in by the 31st. So I'll say the night before the 30th. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be fantastic. So I'm just gonna put by the 30th that you'll get 5,000 in. Let me adjourn this out 1 week to October 31st, 2025 at 1 p.m. All right. And then that way the 5,000's in, and then we can figure out what we're gonna do with this balance that you do. Yes. And pardon? You're gonna forget by the time you leave me?
This much time you haven't eaten. You said it's Friday. What's up?
At 1 o'clock. Okay. All right. Thank you. You have a great weekend. That's it for Mr. Friedman. All right, Mr. Friedman, take care. Safe journey, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good weekend.
All right. Arbor Woods versus Jada Griggs.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sydney Fontanella, PA 6316 for the plaintiff.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Sydney. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Your Honor?
I'm doing well. Thank you. It's good seeing you. Miss Griggs has not checked in. Would you like to take a default?
Yes, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent due of $8,703.44, court costs of $186, for a total of $8,889.44, and I would request for it to issue in 10 days, which I believe puts us at November 3rd.
Yes, it would be. Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amounts in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days. They did not pay the...
No payments have been received.
No payments? Okay. All right. Figures. All right. Thank you. Arbor Woods versus Kiara Morris.
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff.
Not checked in.
Kiara Morris, they are not checked in. You
I'm
may
here.
proceed. Oh, where are you? Oh, she's a phone.
My video was giving me issues. I can try to do the video again. So I called in because I wasn't able to get the video.
I gotcha. But you're here. So let's see where we are on this.
Okay.
Okay, how much is owing?
Your Honor, I'm showing that there's rent due of $725.16, court costs of $186, for a total of $911.16. I would just like to ask if the court has received $694. It was supposed to be placed in.
I saw that, and I do not see it on my sheet. Ma'am, did you pay that into court escrow?
No, when last time we were at court, when you asked me if my
I see what
October
she
rent was
did.
paid, it was paid to the office.
That's what, okay. So that's, and Ms. Fent, no, that's why the original claim back on October 10th was around 1,800. And then if it's at 9/11 now, I think the payment, instead of being made to the court, was made to the office.
How much was due an owing on the 10th, Your Honor?
I had, the total amount was 18,18,16.
Okay, yep, then I have shown that there has been, I show that there was 2 payments made after the last court date. I show that there's a $68 one and then an $86 one. It looks like there was a payment posted on October 7th of 303 and then another payment on October 7th of 500.
Got it. So somewhere that was it. It looks like that would have been about 700. Looks like she paid more than what it would have been. So I don't have it in escrow. She paid it to the office. It looks like to me when I'm looking at the numbers.
Your Honor, I don't know that it was placed into escrow though,
Wait, what?
because I'm showing that the payments that she made, the 500 and the 303, were before the court date even happened.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, they were on October 7th, and our last hearing date was October 10th, is my understanding.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So yes, there were payments made that I'm assuming were not reflected on the ledger at the last hearing.
Got it.
But since then, I show on October 10th there was 2 payments, a $68 payment and an $86 payment. So I still don't believe that the amount that should have been placed into escrow.
Escrow was paid. Okay, I get it now because those came in before the hearing date.
Correct.
All right. Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
how are you going to get this balance cleared? Because you didn't put the money into escrow.
So when we had our last court date, and I do apologize to you, Judge Simpson, that may have been a miscommunication on my end. When you asked me if my October rent was paid, I said yes because I did pay my October rent. This issue is from back in May, and we were supposed to go to court May 16th, but it was ended up getting dismissed. And it all is from a money order that they were saying didn't clear, but it actually did, and I did send proof of that to the court. So I did speak with Rachel Dornbush about the matter. That's why it was dismissed. She updated my ledger. The office staff ended up putting a return check on there and a whole bunch of fees. So this issue has been since May that they haven't been able to give me a correct amount because there's new staff in the office at this time. I've also, I did reach out to Rachel Dornbush on the 27th of June after I received the ledger saying that my $718 that I paid in May of 2025 was not on there. And they also made my, my your lease is supposed to be 12 months. My lease I started paying my lease last year in August, but it actually went up in May. So we did need to go to court, but it was dismissed because they had to issue me a credit on my ledger. So the reason why I paid my that 500 and that 303 equaling the 803, that was for my October rent. When I went on the portal, it said that I still had a balance of $53.76. So that's why I paid the $68 and the $86 on October 9th. So that will cover any late fees or anything that they could try to say was owed. So the issue here is making sure that my balance is accurate and correct, and that's like the big issue.
I got you.
I don't owe any rent.
Okay, I got you. So your portal read how much on what date?
$53.76, and that was on 10/8/25.
10/8. Okay.
And that's why I paid the $68 and the $86 because I am on a contract right now. So that's why my mom ended up taking the $86 over there for me, and my cousin had dropped off the $68. I was just making sure, no, I need to make sure that it's in because it's so much confusion. Nobody's calling back, and I haven't.
And so hang on. So you were trying to cover your balance plus any utilities. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, yes, I was taking care of the whole balance. So that $53.76, that's what it says is owed on my portal on 10/8, and that's why I paid on 10/9 those two other money orders to also cover the $10 charge that they charge you for making a payment.
Your Honor, I think that she's talking about just for her October. I want to be clear though. Is that what you're saying, Ms. Morris? Is that you only owe $80-something for October?
I only owed that total. Like only to Arbor Woods, my rent is on 10/8. Only thing I owed total was $53.76. If you look at my if you where the issue came in at, because I know you're a different attorney, where the issue came in at on 5/6, I turned in a $718 money order. The staff said that it was returned, but it was actually cash. They tried to cash it for $475, opposed to cashing it for the total $718. So when we spoke to Rachel Dornbush, their attorney, she sent me the updated ledger, and I had a credit of $143.
Right,
So the very next day, on
because
6/7,
what
I'm sorry,
happened,
sir.
right, but because what happened, there was also an NSF charge or something, right?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
correct.
showing that
And
on the ledger, Your Honor.
yeah, and that there couldn't be an NSF charge on a money order.
Correct. That was my question, and then that's why we were going
Right.
back and forth,
That's why we were
and I
going
had to
back
reach
and
out to
forth.
the attorney.
Right.
Okay, so Your Honor, I do show that all of this was addressed in June, it looks like, on the ledger. It looks like the payment was posted. There was a credit for the NSF fee. There was and then 2 credits of $55 each for a total of 110. So then she had a balance remaining of $50.49 as of July 12th.
So, and
Or
that's
Okay.
June 12th, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
hold on.
Sorry, June 12th. June 12th,
June
there was
12th.
$50.49.
Okay, and then was July rent paid? I mean, could,
Scroll.
yes, sir.
hold
I
on,
do
hold on,
show
ma'am.
that $719 payment was paid on July 7th, leaving a balance of $128.41.
Okay, and then what about August?
August, she paid $730. On August 5th, the balance was then $305.06.
Okay, I see where this is
September
going.
17th, she paid $450, and the balance was $769.96.
Got it. Okay, so now basically, man, what it looks like to me, based upon those numbers, you were not quite paying your rent for those next 3 months leading up to October.
So, I did pay my rent for the next 3 months, Judge. The $2 that you see on the ledger for a credit, their attorney was going back. The office staff would only allot $2, opposed to the $39 that I was paying for a month-to-month fee. My ledger shows that my rent was supposed to go up on 8/1. It actually went up on 7/1 of 24. So they owe me a credit of the month-to-month fee because they put me into that lease before it was supposed to be put in. And so she decided to do a credit for $2. My argument with her was, it's not $2.
Hey.
You should refund me for the full month-to-month fee. So that that's where that $2 credit came from on there to get to the 47. So my argument on why I still wanted to go to court in May was because I don't agree with just giving me $2. You should give me the whole entire month, that fee of the $37, because you're cutting my lease short. I didn't have a 12-month lease. So
Hold on a
now
moment.
when they made my
Ma'am,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. I'm going to stop you right now.
Mhm.
November 4th. All right, I'm going to set this, and everybody needs to bring their paperwork in so I can see it. I'm going to set this for a non-jury trial November 4th, and understand that your November rent's going to then be included in that. November 4th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's for a trial on the issues. Bring your paperwork, and if I've got to do the math, I have to do the math myself, but we're going to get it resolved.
Thank you, Your
Okay?
Honor.
Okay.
Thank
One
you.
question, Judge, really fast. Do I need to pay that November rent? Do I put that into escrow? Is that possible?
You
That
should
would make me
probably
feel more
put it, you can
comfortable.
put it into court escrow if that's what you
Okay.
want, or you can pay it directly to the landlord. We'll just take it off. I mean,
We would receive notice of it if she paid it on the first, Your Honor. I would request that since she didn't pay the money into escrow prior to today, that money be at least placed into escrow, the $694.
There was no escrow order prior, though. Ma'am.
well, you were supposed to put 694 in.
But see, when I had already paid my October rent to the office before we got to court.
Okay. You know what? I understand what you're saying, Miss Fountain. I'm not at this point going to worry about it. I'm not going to try to argue
Okay.
that. We're going to be in court in the next couple days, and then I'm just going to go through everything, and we're going to get a number.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus, is it Adriana Owens?
City Fontanelle,
She's here.
plaintiff, Your Honor.
Hello. What's your name? All right. And what is the claim in this case?
Your Honor, I'm showing that there's rent due of $1,130.21, court costs of $186, for a total of $1,316.21. Your Honor, I show at the last hearing tenant was going to pay $1,400 to the court.
I don't have a note of that, which is unusual, but I do have, I don't know if it was 400, but I do have 1,286.21, which matches what I think she was going to pay. What I wrote
Okay.
was that amount, and she did place that into escrow.
Can you
All
just
right.
repeat, I'm sorry, Your Honor, how much is exactly in escrow so I have it?
$1,286.21,
Thank you.
right? Okay, so how much was the late fee? So, well, if I have 1316 and 1296, what's my difference?
Say again, 1316.
1316.21 minus 1286.21.
1316.21.
Yes, ma'am.
Minus
1286.21. Is there a $30 late fee? Miss Fontenot?
Your Honor, I show that there was a check payment surcharge of $10 on the second, and then that there was a late fee that hit of, yes, sorry, there was a late fee. I was looking at the wrong place. $30 late fee was added. My apologies.
So when was that added? You know,
That would have hit this week. So,
she paid this
it would have hit
escrow on the
yesterday.
14th.
It would have hit yesterday or Wednesday, Your Honor.
So if we take, hang on, this is going to be some magic, Cedric magic. If I take the $30 off, pay you guys the escrow, she's clear and I can dismiss this case.
Correct.
We was here because of the water bill issue. That's why he told me to come back.
Oh, that's right, the water bill.
Since I've been living here. Like I moved in like September 27th. I got charged a water bill for $200 and something for the month of September. And I wasn't even there yet. I just got my keys, you know, and then like all the other ones were for $385.
The water bills, and you paid those.
Well, it's like
No, I know. That's not my issue. But you're saying that you really should have a credit for this water bill.
the toilet and the leaks and stuff. Now my water bill is only $88.
Do you have any of those water bills?
Your Honor,
Well, not you.
so it was a little hard to hear her, but I show that on July 1st there was a water bill of $230.50. And then it looks like there was a $55 late fee after that. However, the $55 late fee was waived, and then it looks like Miss Owens then paid $385.20 and brought her account down to a zero, but then an NSF fee was added on. So then at the end of July, she ended up paying everything in full, brought her account down to a zero balance. And then I show that she did not pay August and August. September then came due on September 3rd. I show that $1,787 was paid. And then she made a payment on October 2nd of $2,110.
Okay, I think, Ms. Fontenelle, just so that I think I'm clear on this. As I recall from the last hearing, the issue really isn't so much the rent. What it is for her is that there were these very high water bills at the beginning and continuing for a period of time.
I'm just looking at
And
the June one.
she paid them, but she really didn't want to pay them because she doesn't think she owes them. So that's why that's one of you're right. That's why the money, instead of being paid over to the landlord and the case getting dismissed, was paid into escrow. Her rent was paid into escrow because somebody was going to check into the water bills.
What water bills, does she know which months she was having an issue with, just so I can find them?
Just give me that. Hang on. She's handing me a paper here.
Is-
Okay. So are the ones in pink the ones you have a problem with, ma'am? The ones that are highlighted in pink?
Yeah. Those are what they've been charging me for water and sewer. And I also have. like,
Hang on. Okay, I see what you're, so then, okay, so I see what she's. So Ms. Want to know what, yeah, I see what she's saying. So like in July, she also has a $230.50 water bill. The sink, well, for June, because this goes up.
Yeah. So I show on July 1st, 230.50 for water, and then August 1st, 95.94.
Right. So I see what she's saying. So what she's saying is when you go backwards with what she has. So even from starting in December, it looks like of 2024, she has this like $200 water bill. Of course, November of 24, there's a problem, it looks like. But the water bill seems and sewer seem exceedingly high. And then as we travel along, her water bill then goes down in August of 2025.
And fix the toilet.
And then in September, it's still the same. But then in October, it goes way down. And you're saying they were supposed to fix the toilet and didn't?
They- 16. So my July bill was like 140, like something.
July?
Karen, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear her. Was there an issue with the toilet? Is that what she was saying?
Yeah, she said they fixed it on July 16th, right? I have to apologize. There's part of our system's down. What'd you say?
On July 16th, and that's when I started seeing that the water bill has been going down. So I did.
Okay. So July 16th, they replaced the entire toilet, she says, and then that's when her water bill started to come down. And then ultimately, it's kind of gotten to a point where it's like 30 between water and sewer, you're at about $80 a month, $85 a month, something like that. Whereas, yeah, I mean, something was clearly going wrong with the water. Why don't I do this? You could probably see it, but I don't. Did you get this from?
So they would give it to me.
Okay. So this is the payment off of this is the printout off of your portal. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, and it may take us a minute to do it because I've got one staff member. I'm going to set this over a week. Well, Ms. Fontanelle, I guess, would you rather I set
can
it
we just
over a week or set trial?
Yeah, let's just
On
do
the
the
4th.
trial for that way then we can be in person. I don't know that I will be the one appearing, but it'll either be Brianna or Casey for my
Gotcha.
office. So I think that it'd be better for it to be in person so we can figure this out.
All right. So November 4th, 2025 at 9 a.m. That's an in-person hearing. I'm going to set it for trial. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I don't want to hold on to your paperwork. I'm going to have my staff make a copy so that we're all talking off of the same thing. I'm gonna keep a copy in the file and I'm gonna send a copy to the counsel for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay? And then that way they'll have that. We'll give you yours back and we're all at least talking from the same paperwork. How's that sound? Does that sound good? Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you on the 4th. Okay. She'll get that right to you, ma'am. Okay. Arbor Woods versus Ellen Patterson.
Sydney Fontanelle for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Hello, your name? Pardon? Are you on the lease?
No. She appeared online last night.
She appeared online last time. Are you in the unit or you're in the unit? Do you know where Ellen Patterson is? Got it. That's right. I remember. So your mom passed away. You're in the unit. Okay.
Your
Have
Honor,
you-
I'm not
Yes.
sure if she said this or not, just because obviously with your system being down, it's a little hard for me to hear.
Yes, I'm sorry.
But my understanding is that there's no authorized occupants on this lease agreement. And so if this is Marie, which I am pretty sure she's the last one that appeared at the last hearing, she's not authorized to be there.
So, that's not what I was told. So when I had went to the office and told them.
You're gonna have to make sure you speak up because our system.
And told them about the situation that happened with my mom. She had me fill out a paper, and her, I think it was her supervisor for, to be like put on the lease as an occupant. Me and my 3 kids, because we've been there for a year. So then when I went back a week later, she's like, well, I need permission from my attorney to add you to, the lease to be able to put you on there, which I thought it went through when I filled out the paper, but I guess it didn't. So, ever since then, the last thing I heard from her was, if I have a court date, just go. And I asked her, like, well, I know my mom lease is up October 31st. Can I get till the end of November? Because I just started at work and I was taking care of my mom while she was in her hospice stage. So I had to stop working. So now I'm back working again, and I just need that much time if I can get it till the end of November.
Okay, so you're looking to get to the end of November to where you.
And I explained that to them at the office, and she never said, oh, well, you're not authorized to be there, because I've been there a few times since this happened, so.
Got it. What's plaintiff's position on that?
Your Honor, I heard a little bit of that. It was
Okay, I'm sorry.
But no, you're fine. I will say I show that it looks like we have a death certificate for Miss Patterson. It looks like Marie had applied to be an occupant. However, with the leaseholder being deceased, I don't know, Miss Marie, I don't know your last name, but you would then need to apply for your own lease and be approved to reside there. And then I think she said she needs until the end of November to vacate. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, that's what she indicated.
Okay, so I don't have any authority at this time to go out to the end of November, Your Honor. What I show is due and owing and rent is $3,140.96. Court costs of $186 for a total of $3,326.96 currently due.
All right. One other thing that she had indicated was when she went into the office, but maybe you clarified it, Spontanella, is that she went into the office, filled out the paperwork, thought she was good, and then found out she wasn't good, which kind of slowed some processes down because then they said they needed to talk with the attorney. And now she's found out she's not good. And now she's just looking to get herself and her kids situated. Is that fair?
The issue needed to get into this because my mom's beneficiary is supposed to be taking care of her.
Pardon?
Which is my aunt. She's supposed to be taking care of her.
Of her, yeah. Okay.
And
Okay.
she knows that me and my kids are there.
So was there a will and an estate?
When she retired from GM, so she worked there 30 years. She did have a life insurance policy. My aunt was put on the beneficiary. Me, my brother, and my sister are contingents on that. My aunt hasn't gave me nothing from that, and she has now also paid my rent or her bill.
So really what you're trying to tell me is from the proceeds of that life insurance, this should be paid.
Yes.
Okay.
And the DTE, September 4th, when I came from, dropping my kids off at school, which made me become homeschooled, the power was off, so I had to get and cut that on my name, but it's still under her account. So there's a previous bills due from, I guess the month for September, because they said that's why they paid off. My aunt is supposed to be taking care of.
She's supposed to be doing that, and you're kind of just caught here. Okay, I got you. I hear you. Did you hear all of that, Miss Fentanel?
I heard that there was a life insurance proceed, it sounds like, and that was supposed to be taking care of the past due balance, but for some reason or another, it's not happening.
It's not happening, and she also explained that she came home, the DTE was off, so she spent what resources she had to get the DTE turned on. It's in her name, but still under the account. There's still the back balance on that. And pardon? That you just okay. You're just not sure what you're gonna do.
Your Honor, I do show that this is a rental of everything. I just want to make the record clear on that. She rents the home and the site.
Got it. Okay. And you're working now. Okay. All right.
Your Honor, what I would propose is that we adjourn this 1 week. If I could get her contact information, I can talk to my client about potentially negotiating a vacate date of November 30th.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to adjourn this to October 31st, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay. What I'll need you to do is they're going to hand you a piece of paper. Can you put down a phone number that you can be reached and an email? And with your permission, I'll give it to the attorney for the other side. They'll reach out to you and try to figure out if they can work some out. Okay, young lady? All right. You're welcome. All right. All right. Thank you. Why don't you sit at the table and write it? No, it's okay. You're just trying to take over my courtroom. That's right. No, it's okay. Arbor Woods versus Felicia Hugan. And Reginald Hugan.
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
You know what? Why you show up? Yeah, where's Felicia? Oh, okay. Okay. Because I'd rather see her than you. Yeah, all right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. How much is owing on this account?
Your Honor, I'm showing that there's rent of $1,801.04, court costs of $242 for a total of $2,043.04. I believe at the last hearing, Mr. Hugan said that they could pay $1,200 on October 17th. I did confirm with my client today that they did not receive that payment.
Go ahead.
All right, well, down just at that evening, and it's like on the way back and forth to work, so I had to get that fixed. So I will have the whole balance on the 31st when I pay 31st. I apologize.
You'll have the whole balance on the 31st. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Hugan. I'm going to find that there's no tribal issue, but because that payment wasn't made, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. I'm going to grant them a judgment for possession for the total amount of $2,043 and was that 45 cents or 43 cents?
I have $2,043.04, Your Honor.
Oh, 4 cents. Okay, I wrote that wrong. All right. So I'm going to grant them a judgment for that amount. All right. And you get paid on the 31st. All right. So,
By 4:30-ish.
okay. So then I'm going to give them a written 10 days, which is going to be November 3rd. This doesn't include your November rent. You need to get this paid to stay. Fair enough?
I apologize.
No, it's okay. I get it. I get it. Yeah. But we'll do it this way. That's your next check. You get it paid, but I'm going to give them a judgment. Okay? All right. You take care. And tell Mrs. Hugan next time I want her, I don't know about you. All right. Arbor Woods versus Damon Stafford and Bonseri Hulk.
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
I'm not even going to ask how to pronounce his name because that makes him mad, and I'm not dealing. Yeah, all right, I got you. Your name? All right. And how much is owing on this?
Your Honor, I'm showing that there's rent of $2,866.96, court costs of $242, for a total of $3,108.96.
All right, what happened?
650. I made that.
650?
Yeah. So kind of total payment, I'll pay another 500 next Friday, and then another 12 to 1,500 by the 6th of November.
Okay. You don't know anything about a payment plan or working out anything.
It probably hasn't.
It hasn't gotten to them. All right, but
Your
here's
Honor,
what I'm going to do.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Usually if there is a payment plan, that is communicated to our office. And to be quite honest, I'm a little surprised that if there was one, we wouldn't have known about it. Mr. Stafford has been in communication with our office regarding prior cases. So
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do on this, Mr. Stafford. If they still want to work out the payment plan, they can. Or you guys can if there's a payment plan there. But I'm going to grant a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue for that total amount of the 3108.96. With a writ to issue the 3rd, November 3rd, 10 days. All right. If you guys have worked something out, they don't have to do anything on the 3rd. But you got to make sure that whatever's there is worked out. Pardon? Right. That'd be credited. Any payments will be credited against that amount. Unless, Miss Fontanella, let me just check and make sure. Miss Fontanella, do you see, you said 650? Do you see a $650 payment on the account?
no, Your Honor, the last payment I show is $900 from September 6th, 2025.
Gotcha.
I did speak with my client before this today, but I did not ask them about any payments for Mr. Stafford.
Got it. Okay. So here's the way that'll work. If the 650 is there, I believe you when you tell me. I don't think you'd come here and tell me something different. That will be credited against this amount. So the outstanding balance will be whatever that is. Okay?
So we just have down at the office, because I communicate that without you.
Yes, you got to work something out with the office. I've issued the judgment because I think it's appropriate to do so. You work with them and try to get that as to how you're going to get that all situated. Okay? Thank you. Court does call the case of Northfield Crossing versus Barbara Vargo.
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Oh, here she is. Hello, your name? All right. Fontanella, how much is owing on this account?
Your Honor, there's rent of $2,046.44, court costs of $190, for a total of $2,236.44. I do believe Ms. Vargo was applying for assistance with Veteran Affairs and Senior Housing.
Yes.
I sent them updated information.
Who? Which one? Okay.
And I haven't heard back from either. I was hoping to hear from at least the Housing Bureau today. So, but I have sent them updated information of our finances and everything. that, you know, all the documents they were.
So you haven't heard anything from the veterans?
Well, she receives it, the next thing that she schedules a day after, and I'm hoping to see her early next week. Because Friday they're closed. So I got everything to them, Wednesday. And so I didn't hear from her yesterday. But today they're closed. So I did send an email saying, you know, can I get an update? You know, I just sent
Is our
everything.
government back open yet? No, right?
They still are open and working.
They're still open and working, but it's limited hours, but you're affected by the shutdown. Okay. Over the objection of plaintiff, I'm going to give her one more adjournment to try to see if the Veterans Administration will move quickly and see what happens, okay? So
Thank you,
October 31st, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. All right. Thank you. You take care. Northville Crossing versus Ryan Lair
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
and Ryan Lair and Brandy Lair. Ryan, Brandy Lair, you don't have them, you may proceed. I think I've sworn her in, right? Yes.
You did swear me in. Thank you, Your Honor. I am requesting a default judgment. There's rent due of $1,746, court costs of $246, for a total of $1,992, and I would request writ to issue in 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Scio Farms versus James Gochitz.
Sydney Fontanella.
Gotchas, maybe.
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Please go get Dan and or the president in Zoom separately.
Okay.
Come here.
He's there and his guardian, they're in separately? Oh, yes, there she is. Okay. All right, where are we? I issued a judgment for possession on this case at some point. I thought I
Yes,
did.
you did, and we had sought the writ, but it was not executed, Your Honor, because I believe we were then notified of the guardian, and so that's why
Yes.
we filed our motion to put the guardian on notice of our request for reissuance of the order of eviction. I show that Miss Graham is on as his guardian, but we had that Miss Yvonne Davis was the guardian.
I'm her assistant, Your Honor.
Pardon?
I'm her assistant, so she's handling another case right now, but I'm familiar with the case.
Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, I show that the judgment had previously entered for $2,273.55. However, there is now rent due of $6,290.39.
So there was, I'm sorry, you said.
The judgment had entered for $2,273.55. However, that was, I believe, earlier in the summer. There is now due of $6,290.39. And we have not received a payment since April 15th.
Your Honor, that property is being surrendered because I know if I was talking to someone, he no longer lives there because of his.
He doesn't?
No.
Is all of his property out?
Yes, it has been out, Your Honor.
All right. Well, this makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to let the judgment stand. I don't think counsel. I'm just going to need a new writ. You don't have to pay. If you send a new writ to us, I'll sign off on it.
Okay.
And I'll let okay.
I'll get that mailed out today.
All right. Rather than change the dates on the previous writ. So the writ will execute. This came by way of your motion, so your motion is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Butchers.
You're welcome.
All right. Scio Farms versus Nicholas Wasowski. And Nicole Scroggins.
Sydney Fontanella for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
I think we have them there.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, this is a termination of tenancy.
Yes, Your Honor. It is a notice to quit. The lease term has ended. We're requesting possession of our property back.
Okay, folks, what's your position on that?
So I went down to the office at the end of the 8th month on the 25th to try and renew my lease because I hadn't received anything about it, and my portal, the button was just grayed out. They told me then when I was in the office that apparently they had applied for renewal in the 6th month and didn't notify me in any way. They sent certified mail, but when I went into the office, they were like, "Oh, you're still having problems with your mail?" For the same reason that we were here at the end of last year. And so now that we've known that, it's just been a scramble to try and find a place that takes us. I have a place that we're waiting for the mortgage application to go through in Orchard Grove, and I also have 2 apartment viewings next week, and we're just trying to get out.
Okay.
We already have a storage unit and are just throwing stuff in it in case we end up needing to go to a motel or whatever happens.
Okay, so you've got a backup plan because I don't see a reason why you shouldn't give a judgment to the plaintiff in this case. All right. So let me ask you this. Can you have all of your things out and get yourself situated by, say, the 3rd of November or somewhere around there?
I can do my best.
All right. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to find no tribal issue. I'm going to grant a judgment for possession by finding no tribal issue. I'm going to grant that judgment. How much of your stuff do you have out? 'Cause it's not,
Just like
are you like more than half?
we just have like a freezer, 2 mini fridges, some desks, and like stuff the TV and food is on.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how much time do you need to get that out so you can keep your stuff?
Including our work schedule, I want to say like 2 weeks, even though I know it's a lot.
Okay, that's a lot, but here's what I'll do. Today's the 24th, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do this over the objection of planning. If I'm going to have a writ to issue the 7th. So I'm going to give you,
That's no issue with plaintiff.
okay. So folks, I'm getting you that 2 weeks. Okay. So from 2 weeks from today. So you'll have the 31st and they can't do anything until the 7th. So that'll give you time to get your stuff out. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you too.
I appreciate you so much.
All right. Thank you.
You have a great day.
You too. Spice Tree Apartments versus Dickinson, Arbor Woods versus Boone, Northville versus Burns, and Sylvan Crossing versus Knoll. Both matters are dismissed. I think that's it for you, Sydney. Thank you. It's a pleasure seeing you.
It is good to see you, Your Honor. I will not be with you next week. I have the day off for Halloween, but I will be much more present in your courtroom now that I'm back. So it was good to see you.
Wonderful. Great. And Patty, always a pleasure.
Pleasure seeing you too, Judge. Have a good weekend.
All right. You do the same. All right. Got to stand in.
One of the dismissals is here.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
I didn't know what the process was. I got it paid off. So at this point, I'm all done, all right? No objection, no nothing.
I dismissed this case.
Dismissal, yes.
Unless you want me to do something different. You want to fight about something? You sure? You sure? No, I can wreak havoc for you if you want. No, you're good? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Burns. I'm sorry I didn't see when I was calling. You have a great weekend, sir. All right, court's gonna stand in
All rise. 14A District Court, County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan, Connecticut, Correction. Honorable G. Cedric Simpson presiding.
You may be seated. Okay, for those of you that don't know, part of our system's down, but we're doing the best we can. Okay. Glencoe Hills versus Morgan Foreman. Good afternoon.
Hello, Your Honor. Joy Mohammed on behalf of Morgan Foreman. I'm substituting in for attorney Robert Burton Harris.
I'm going to like you better than him. So you let him know that, okay?
I will.
No, you won't. You're not
He
going to say
he speaks
you're
very
too,
highly of you.
you're too nice. You're not going to tell him what I said. All right. All right. Where are we on this case? All right.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear her.
Yeah, part of our system's down. She indicated that the balance is paid in full and that they're moving to dismiss.
Yes, we
All
support.
right.
All right.
Case is dismissed.
Thank you.
And you did a much better job than he would have done. You
Now
got the
that
case
I'm gonna
dismissed.
definitely tell him.
Okay, great. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, right. Bye-bye. Avalon Housing versus, is it Dallas Vogel?
Not checked in.
Not checked in. Did you wish to take it to full? All right, raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear a firm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Go ahead.
Name of rent, $2,260 for cost of lumber for a total redemption of $2,348. Plaintiff is requesting it for a default judgment or possession, for which is 200 days, and then will not remain.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Court does call the case of the People versus Thomas Demury versus Robert Wright.
Your Honor, purpose secretary.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Okay. And where are we on this case?
This is, I believe, the second hearing in this.
Yes.
Case. Plaintiff is requesting entry of a judgment today. The balance right now is $47,075. There hasn't been rent paid in some time.
And sir, I recall the reason why it got to where it was. I remember that. All right. And so what's your position on the payment of the monies and the like?
I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of cancer about 2 years ago. I had been working with their attorney or at least talking with their attorney, and I was making plans to set up a payment plan now that things are getting back on track in my life, now that I am in remission. He told me that I need to wait until I have vacated the property completely. So I just need about under 5 days to do so.
To vacate?
To vacate.
All right.
First would probably be the best date to make sure that everything's out of it.
Good enough. So what I will do is I'll find no tribal issue. I'll grant a judgment to the plaintiff for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount that is requested. And what I will do is, are you real close or you?
I've gotten all of the small personal things out of the home already. I'm no longer living there. I just need to I've got a moving company set up to get all the bigger pieces out this weekend.
This weekend? All right.
I want to take a major part of next week just to get in there and get it all cleaned up and ready.
I gotcha. All right. And so I'm just going to extend it a couple days. Instead of the 3rd, I'll make it the 5th. Give him till midweek to get everything out. Okay?
Sound good?
All right.
What's that?
All right. We're all set. Thank you, sir. Court does call the case of Flomar Apartments versus Mackenzie Parker. Flomar. Hello. Your name? Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. No, I heard you.
It's $2,661, which includes court costs.
Okay. She was going to pay on the 23rd, $600.
Yeah, so I believe weeks I saw like about 2 weeks ago. It was a getting paid, but only like $200. So I ended up having to pay for I think the copay for my pencil. So what else? The gas and my phone bill, but I should be getting paid today around tonight. So I contacted the office, asked them if they'll be okay if I did it today, but they said it'd be up to you.
If you did what today?
Paid yesterday, but I get paid today.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If you paid that today, then when you got about 2,100 still that you'd have to pay, how are you going to get that done?
I told you I'm applying for the SER. I just gotta like submit like my stuff and see what they say. Otherwise, I could also try to ask for help or a payment plan.
Have you talked to the landlord about a payment plan at all, or? Yeah, you do. But you haven't heard, so your SER hasn't.
But I talked to them over the phone and I believe yesterday. And she told me everything that I need to submit. So basically.
Yeah, so that they can make a final decision. Okay, so that's still pending, so she'd be entitled to another adjournment. October 31st, 2025, 2 p.m. Okay, you need to make that $600 payment to the landlord. Okay, and you need, I'd seriously consider for yourself to talk to them about a payment plan to try to get yourself cleared up on this. Okay, because next time there may just be a judgment entered. How many people are in your house? Okay. So that you know, and I don't know if I told you this last time with the SER, that's going to be only about $410 at this amount. Yeah, they call it state emergency relief, but it's kind of a misnomer. And it's based upon how many people are in the house. All right.
So you said 31st at 2.
Yes.
I did. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Hamilton Crossing versus Desiree Trim. This is a motion to do what?
To send the default mistake.
Right. When it came in, it was an ex parte emergency motion. I did not stay it.
There.
They're not here. Motion to stay or set aside judgment is, or to stay proceedings and set aside the judgment is denied. And the writ may issue and be executed. And I have the writ in here. I will sign off on that. We'll process it. Court calls the case of New Park Ridge Apartments versus Sydney Dodd.
Not checked in.
Sydney Dodd? No response. You may proceed.
The outstanding balance is $2,647, court costs of $176 for a total redemption of $2,823. Plaintiff is requesting entry of default judgment for possession with a writ to issue after 10 days for total amount remains unpaid.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. New Park Ridge Apartments versus Yolanda Greer, DeMarco Kilgore, and Pravina Sanders. Hello, your name? Pardon? Got it. Okay. And how much is owing?
$1,968, which includes the court costs.
1,900. She did what she told me she was gonna do. She did. She told me she was gonna pay what, 700 and then 1,600?
Time with that for your 1,000 and then.
Got it.
The 31st of this month.
You'll have the balance paid by the 31st? What time on the 31st, you think?
12 o'clock.
About noon? What time, sir? What time, sir?
It's 2 p.m.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do, rather than issue a judgment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjourn this because she made those payments to October 31st, 2025 at 2 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna adjourn it. Get that paid to them. If you have everything down to zero, they're gonna dismiss and you don't need to come in and see me. Not that I don't want to see you, but you don't need to come back and see me. Okay? Thank you. You have a great weekend. Court calls the case of Peninsular Place versus Lauren Darby. Hello. What's your name? Okay. This is a termination of tenancy. All right. Ma'am, what's your position on this?
I can't because it was really like brought to me. My roommate, we had an altercation at the police. They ruled the situation as both of us as an assault / victim. Well, suspect / victim. And then they closed the cameras. And then I got the notice for eviction. And they said that she was needed, I guess, to escape from her lease.
To do what now?
To like break her lease. Because it states in her leasing contract, you can break the lease without any trouble if you ever act for violence against it.
So what are you telling me then? That you were not the perpetrator of the?
No, I sent, it wasn't her, it was Jillian, I think. I sent her the proof
Go ahead, of what?
of antagonization, derogatory language, destroying my property, just a whole bunch of stuff that led up to the situation because she listed me as the antagonist. Because when I got my eviction notice, it said that I assaulted a roommate or a person that I stayed with in my apartment. And when I called Jillian too, she said that I need to make a report against me with the public police to the apartment. And she reported it to Jen, the leasing office, man.
Okay, and so what you're claiming is that you weren't the aggressor.
I have witness statements. I have everything. I have the papers available and the email file too.
What papers are you talking about?
So we get witness statements. When I called Jillian, I told me to get witness statements. He told me to have a letter stating what happened, my proof, and I put all of that in a document and I emailed it to her. And I video proof, the proof of destruction of my property.
Okay, hold on. You know anything about?
I have a different story on the other side of what led to the situation, and continuing waste violations since the notice has been.
Got it. All right, ma'am, you're gonna have to come forth and I'm gonna set this for a non-jury trial. I'm gonna set it for November 4th. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
2025 at 9 a.m. You'll have to come forth with your proof. Now, understand that witness statement, you're gonna need witnesses, the actual witnesses here, so they can cross-examine the witnesses. Okay, so just their written statements aren't gonna do.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll have settlement conference before that.
you want me to set that for a settlement conference before? All right. I'll set it for a final settlement conference. You don't need all your witnesses there at that time then, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna set it for a final settlement conference and then I'll set it for trial.
We're just don't want to get it too far out.
It won't be, but my schedule, I'll just do the final settlement conference on the 4th and then I'll give you a trial date rather quickly after that.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.